Yo guys, what's up? I got the plays for you guys for the MLB games on Tuesday. I got two more plays for you in this video we're going to get into in 1 second. First, before we do, we cashed again today on Monday. We are on a 29-8 run. Out of the last 37 legs I've given you on this channel, we have cashed 29 of them. So make sure to drop a like on this video. It's free. It takes 1 second. It helps me out so much. I'd really appreciate it. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel either. Obviously, I post these free pick videos for you every single day, and it's going to help you out because we cash almost every single day. These are just some of the plays we've cashed in the last 2 weeks to a month. So make sure to subscribe to any of the future videos. Before we get into the plays today, I want to give you guys even more advice. So I give you these free plays on the channel every day, and I'm telling you guys, we have been cashing. I rarely steer you guys wrong, okay? This is the best advice I could possibly give you. You can see right here, this is the last play we cashed on Monday. If it looks a little weird to you, it's because we cashed this play on chalkboard. So right here we cash on chalkboard. Right here we cash on chalkboard. Right here we cash on sleeper. I do not use Prizepicks every day. In fact, I only use it for these free pick videos. Other than that, I'm only using sleeper, chalkboard, and parlay play. The reason for that, their lines are better, their payouts are better. So if you're betting on these games anyway, and you live in a state where you can have one of these three apps, I would highly recommend to have at least one, if not all three of these apps, so that every day you can go and compare which apps have the best lines and the best payouts for that day. It's very, very important. Just by putting the plays in on a specific app, you could be making 10s, 20s, 30 more units every single month just because of the app you're betting on. So you can make way more money. On top of that, if you use code GHOST when you download these apps, they will all give you $100 for completely free. So I will leave the links down below to these apps in the description of this video. Just go click those links. Before you deposit on the apps, you have to make sure to type in code GHOST. It's the same code on all three apps, but as long as you type in code GHOST before you deposit, again, you can get up to $300 for completely free. And then Sleeper and Chalkboard will give you a free 0.5 score for these games on Tuesday as well. So highly recommended, guys. You can get up to $300 for free, 2 free plays, and then you obviously have better lines, better payouts. On top of that, if you want a free month of my VIP and you use code GHOST on one of those apps, I will give you a free month of VIP. I literally don't care. So if you use code GHOST, you get a ton of stuff for free, and it's going to work out better for you because you get more money because the payouts and the lines on those apps are way better. Last thing I want to say about that, a ton of people only get Sleeper because they've heard of it before, but I'm telling you guys, personally, I use Chalkboard all the time. I use Parlay Play a decent amount too, so those apps are also very good. Honestly, right now, I think Chalkboard's a little bit better than Sleeper, so go get Sleeper, Chalkboard, or Parlay Play. At the end of the day, they're basically all the same app anyway, but again, those links are down below. Just make sure to use code GHOST. With that being said, let's hop into the plays today. So 29-8 run, I believe I said. So if we cash today, we go over that 30 mark, which I really want to do. So the first play today, and both these plays are already posted pretty early in the night. So obviously I'm stoked about that. The first game we're going to, don't even really have to explain it to you guys. You guys know exactly where we're going. We're going to be going to this Colorado game. So at this point, I think I've probably talked about Colorado. And what do you guys think? Like 30 videos in a row now, something like that. Every single day Colorado plays a baseball game, I talk about them. Why? Because they are absolute trash. I want to say different words for them, but I can't do it. Otherwise, this video is probably going to get taken down. So I can't say what I really want to say about Colorado, but they suck at baseball. They're horrible. Their pitchers suck. Their relief pitchers suck. Their team sucks. I'm sorry, guys. I really do apologize. If you're a Rockies fan, they're absolute garbage. This pitcher, like 2 games ago, I want to say, gave up 13 hits and 12 runs. How is that possible? It beats me. Zero clue. Against San Diego, he gave up 13 hits and 12 runs. I've never even heard of that in a baseball game. So he's absolute garbage. Arguably their worst pitcher on the team. So I love this game. The over-under total score is 12 again today. Obviously, St. Louis projected to win, heavily favored to win this game on top of that. So I obviously have to go take someone on St. Louis. So who we're going to be taking is going to be Brendan Donovan. The reason we're taking Donovan is because Blalock or whatever, I don't even know how to say his name. It literally doesn't matter. This pitcher is a right-handed pitcher. The best hitter against right-handed pitchers on this team is Donovan. He's hitting, I want to say, like .31 right now batting average against right hitters this season. So he's been playing really well against right-handers. And obviously, okay, so it looks like they might have taken his line down. So, okay, great. So Prizepicks, this is a fantastic example right here. I locked this play in about 10 minutes ago, right before recording, at 2.5 hits and RBIs. Prizepicks already took it down because their app sucks for baseball. But it's fine. If you guys can only bet on Prizepicks, they're going to post a fantasy score line, or they might put 2.5 back up. But regardless, take the overs. Fantasy score line's probably going to be about 8.5, somewhere right around there. Even if it's 9.5, I think that's okay too. Take the over regardless. I don't care. This first game against Colorado, he had 2 hits. He played very well. I think he's going to play very well again in this game, especially because his pitcher is even worse than Gomber. So I really do like Donovan a lot today to go over this line. Obviously, again, Colorado's probably going to give up 7 or 8 or more runs in this game. If they do, almost every single batter on this team should go over. But if you have to specifically take one guy, I'm taking Donovan. Again, that's just because he's been playing decent and because he's going up against a right-handed pitcher. And when they play right-handed pitcher, he is the guy on this team to take. So that's why we're taking Donovan. Again, just take his over on his fantasy score or whatever they end up having for him on Prizepicks. But I know for a fact, Sleeper, Chalkboard, and Parlay Play, all 3 of those apps, do have his lineup at 2.5 still right now because they never really changed those lines. So they have him at 2.5 right now. So go on those apps, take him over 2.5 hits and RBIs. That's a perfect line for him. But again, Prizepicks should have a fantasy score line up for him or some random thing like that. Regardless, Donovan over. You guys get the point. The second play we got is going to be JT Realmuto again today because, well, first of all, he cashed for us yesterday, so I love going back to a guy after he cashes for us. And once again, Prizepicks, man, I'm going to absolutely crash out. I took his line again 10 minutes ago, right before recording, at 1.5 hits and RBIs. They already took that line down. It's fine. They still have his fantasy score line, so we could take the over on this. It's not that big of a difference anyway, but that's just, dude, a Prizepicks sucks, man. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even know what to say at this point. But regardless, fantasy score, that's fine. 5 is a perfectly fine line. I really don't even have a big issue with that at all. So taking over 5-hitter fantasy score for him, you can see he's been on a complete tear. Now, obviously, he's not the best batter in the league. Okay, so his line's never going to be high. His line's always going to be low. He could have, 1 hit in 15 or 20 games straight. His line's still going to be low. That's kind of what we're seeing here. He's gotten a hit in, I want to say, like 6 or 7, maybe even 8 games straight at this point. He's been playing very, very well. So he's gone over 4 of his last 5 games. This one game, he tied right here, so he didn't even miss. Now, playing this Boston game again, like I said, we just took him today. On Monday, he went over a 10 fantasy score. He did really well. He stole a base, so did a really good job right there. But again, in this game, very similar to yesterday. Philly is projected to win. They're heavily favored to win this game. They're favored like minus 205, and the over-under is like 8.5. So I'm projecting them to probably score 5-ish runs in this game. If they do, against another right-handed pitcher, I'm taking JT Realmuto because he is very good playing right-handed pitchers. So I love when they play right-handed pitchers to take his over, especially because his line is very low. They're heavily favored to win, so they're going to get a lot of runs. Great pitcher matchup. Pretty much everything about him is just screaming to go right back to him again today. So there's really no reason not to. Basically, everything I said in the last video about him, just think about the exact same thing, and that's why we're taking him again right here. So that's going to be the 2 plays. Realmuto over that, and then again, Donovan over his hits or RBIs at 2.5 or his fantasy score, whatever they end up posting. But again, both these guys are on Chalkboard, Sleeper, and Parlay Play right now. If you could get the perfect line in a perfect world, I'm taking him over 1.5 hits and RBIs and him over 2.5 hits and RBIs. Other than that, guys, make sure to drop a like. Do not forget to subscribe. And before we get out of here again, guys, you want the free money, you want better lines, you want better payouts, highly recommend. You just saw 2 perfect examples of why this app sucks for baseball. Again, for football, they're great. Prizepicks is. But for baseball, you got to have Sleeper, Chalkboard, or Parlay Play. So again, go to the links down below. Make sure to use code GHOST before you deposit. $300 for free, 2 free squares, and a free month of VIP. Other than that, these are the 2 plays I have for you for the games on Tuesday. Good luck with our bets, and I'll catch you next video.